Hi, beautiful people. A very good morning. It's a new day. Arise and shine. Your light has come. You have every reason to be excited because it's a new day. It's a new week. Great opportunities lie before you, and I'm super excited to bring to you yet another edition of a Monday Motivation. And we're continuing our series on redefining failure. Today, I want to share with you a very interesting dynamic that we have experienced probably as children, and that's the fact that there's no shame in failure. Growing up as a child, one of the things that we were very familiar with was the whole statement of shame upon you. Now, I know many of you have had this statement or probably used it with your own children or used it as a child. And we were basically taught to associate shame with failure, with incompetence, with not being able to measure up. And every time you did something that was a little out of the way, the first statement that your peers would tell you is shame upon you. Now, as much as that's a childhood statement, interesting that as we grow older as adults, it settles into our subconscious. We begin to associate failure with shame. We begin to associate incompetence with shame. And in so many ways, we hold ourselves back. It's interesting how many of us disqualify ourselves before even the world disqualifies us. We write ourselves off simply because we failed or didn't measure up or did not show up in the way that was expected of us. But I want you to remember, I want you to know today that there is no shame in failure. Failure is simply part of the process, and failing does not mean you are a failure. Simply because you fail in one area of your life, it doesn't mean you are a failure, because there's so many other things where you're excelling, where you're good at so many things. And so you need to look at yourself in a very holistic way and not limit yourself to this one area of your life where you didn't measure up, where you failed, where you didn't show up in the most appropriate way. So again, to reaffirm the fact that there is no shame in failure. Failure is part of the process. Every successful person we aspire and inspire to become like has failed in one way or another. They have failed in different dimensions of their life. But it's not so much about the failure as what they decided to do when they failed. And that's the same thing. You have failed in probably one or many areas of your life. The question is, what are you going to do about it? What did you learn from that experience? Dust yourself, get up and move on, because there is no shame in failure. There is a lot of learning opportunities in failure. And so let's embrace failure as a learning experience, as a stepping stone to our next level, and not as a garment of shame. My name is Noelin Chirabo. Have a blessed day and a blessed week. And until next week, let's keep the conversations flowing online. I would love to hear from you about your perspective regarding failure and shame. God richly bless you.